How's it going, everybody? In this video, I want to talk about two federal bills that are proposed, which seek to give back the rights of individuals 18 to 20 years old who can vote but cannot purchase handguns from gun stores. So let's talk about this. But real quick, before we jump into this video, if you think that it's ridiculous that someone can go to war but they can't purchase a handgun, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe. I also want to give a shout out to one of the new sponsors of the channel, and that is Route 66 Shooting Sports Park in San Bernardino. A lot of you guys are aware because you came out to the Armed in May event with me and Reno May at the Route 66 Shooting Sports Park down in San Bernardino. It was an amazing time. The staff there is amazing, and what they have there at the park is just absolutely ridiculous. So if you guys are in the area, if you're in the San Bernardino area, I highly recommend you take a look at Route 66. And again, thank you Route 66 for supporting the channel. So if you're not aware, there is federal law right now on the books which restrict the ability of individuals 18 to 20 years old from purchasing handguns from gun stores. Right now across the US, an 18 to 20 year old cannot walk into a gun store and purchase a handgun. In a lot of states, they can walk into a gun store and purchase other things like long guns and shotguns, but for whatever reason, the federal laws say that, hey, handguns are off limits. These individuals are not trusted with those items. To go even further, these 18 to 20 year olds are able to go to war, enter into contracts, even enter into marriage, but they are not considered responsible enough, trustworthy enough, I guess adult enough to purchase handguns from gun stores. Well, two federal bills have been proposed which seek to change this, and they were introduced by Representative Thomas Massie out of Kentucky, and his bill is HR 2890, and it's also called the Second Amendment for Every Registrable Voter Act, or the Safer Voter Act. And so that is the bill that he has proposed. And then there is a Senate companion bill that has been introduced as well. The Senate companion bill has been introduced by Senator Cynthia Lummis out of Wyoming, and that companion bill is S 1373, and that bill is titled The Second Amendment Mandates Equality, or the SAME Act of 2021. So these are those two bills that are proposed both in the Senate and the House, which seek to change this federal law. Right now, the House Safer Voter Act has 9 co-sponsors, and then when you look at the Senate companion bill, which is the S 1373, or the SAME Act, it has 7 co-sponsors. So that's where they stand right now as far as sponsors. And so I want to read to you real quick some quotes from these individuals that are proposing these bills. This comes from Representative Massie. What he states is, why should a 20-year-old single mom be denied the right to defend herself and her children? 18, 19, and 20-year-olds are considered adults and can vote on important public policy issues. They can also form business contracts, get married, and serve in the military. As adults, these Americans should not be deprived of basic constitutional rights. And then going to comments made by Senator Lummis on her proposed bill, she states that the Second Amendment is a constitutional right and does not treat 18-year-olds as second-class adults. In keeping with the Supreme Court's Heller decision, the SAME Act would overturn our current restrictive anti-handgun statute and ensure equal treatment under law for adults under 21. Ultimately, if we trust 18-year-olds enough to defend our country and to choose our elected officials, we should trust them enough to purchase a handgun. And when you look at some other comments by some of the co-sponsors on the Senate bill, you look at the comment by Senator Mike Braun. He states that 18-year-olds can carry a gun to defend our country in military service, but cannot buy a handgun from a licensed dealer. Americans between the ages of 18 and 20 are adults in the eyes of the law, and the Second Amendment right to defend themselves and their families should not be infringed. And then you look at comments by Senator Hyde Smith. The statements are, the right to keep and bear all firearms is a fundamental right that should not be restricted by the federal government. This legislation would repeal the arbitrary restrictions for citizens between 18 and 20 years old from purchasing a handgun. And really, these two proposed bills, that's what it all revolves around. It revolves around the contradiction and hypocrisy we have in our current federal laws. Pretty much that we trust these individuals with other firearms like long guns, shotguns, things like that. We also trust them enough to vote, to go to war, to enter into contracts, to be married. But for whatever reason, we carve out this one exception where we do not trust them enough to walk into a gun store and purchase a handgun. Even more so, there are other laws on the books in various states where these 18 to 20 year olds can still be able to get their hands on handguns through things like interfamiliar transfers, pretty much inheriting it through other family members, even private party transactions. But for whatever reason, this federal law has this stronghold on not allowing these individuals to go into gun stores and purchase these items. So this has huge implications nationwide, but it also would have implications for individuals in California as well. California is one of those states that has even more restrictive rights than what the federal government has. They adhere to that federal government rule where individuals 18 to 20 cannot walk into a gun store and purchase a handgun. But even more so, the state of California has gone even further and restricted individuals 18 to 20-year-olds from being able to purchase semi-automatic rifles as well. And so proposed bills like this that would actually fix those federal mandates would do a lot in the state, like here in the state of California, to roll back those even more restrictive laws that we have. And one thing we haven't talked a lot about on this channel, I've mentioned sometimes in passing on some other videos, is a California case, Jones v. Becerra, which is before the Ninth Circuit and has had oral arguments on it. And if you want me to break down those oral arguments, I can definitely do that. But in that case, that is a challenge to California's laws that we're talking about here. The age-based restrictions for 18 to 20-year-olds from being able to purchase handguns, as well as those rifles as well. Now, we will see where that Ninth Circuit decision ends up going. We've had a lot of bad luck recently in the Ninth Circuit. Before 3-judge panels, we've had some good luck, but eventually those go en banc, and like we've seen in Young, and maybe we will see in Duncan, we're not sure yet. Who knows what will happen in the Ninth Circuit, and the Ninth Circuit might uphold these types of restrictions. But one of the best things is if we can get federal laws like this passed, which pretty much just unravel that whole scheme outright. My personal opinion, like I said in the intro, it's pretty ridiculous that we've carved out this one exception where individuals can't purchase handguns if they're 18 to 20-year-olds. They can usually purchase other things. They can even get those handguns through other means like private party transactions or inheritance, but they can't walk into a gun store and get those. And even more so, we have those further hypocrisies in our legal system right now where we say they're legal adults, they can go to war, they can vote, they can enter into marriages, but for whatever reason, they are not adult enough to walk into a gun store and purchase a handgun, but also they can purchase other things as well. But let me know what your guys' thoughts are. Drop down in the comment section below whether or not you think 18 to 20-year-olds should be able to purchase handguns when they go into gun stores, or whether or not they should not. Also, if you guys like this video and you'd like to support the channel, one of the best ways to do that is to like, comment, subscribe. And make sure to hit that notification bell because that helps the channel analytics, helps us spread the word about the Second Amendment, also spread the word about 2A news like this that is going on in the US. And I would greatly appreciate if you guys tried to spread this video as much as you could, like, comment, all that stuff, because YouTube has definitely been hitting our algorithm hard lately, and they just pretty much shadow banned the last video I did where they just didn't surface it at all. And then even I couldn't even see it on my back end. It just wasn't even showing that I posted a video. So please like, comment, share, do all that. I would greatly appreciate it. I also want to thank Safe Life Defense for supporting the channel. They have the flexible rifle armor system that you can pick up right now. Really cool, really neat, super comfortable to wear. And also soon they'll have the Memorial Day sale. So pick yourself something up. And if you use the code ARMSCHOLAR, you will get 10% off of your order. So as always, thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And never forget, this nation was built by armed scholars, and this nation will be maintained by armed scholars.